My name is Michael Myerz. Some people call me Myers, some people call me Mr. Myers. Michael Myerz. I live in Atlanta, Georgia. I started collecting tapes probably around the 4th or 5th grade, so between the ages of 9 and 11 is when I started collecting VHS tapes. I like collecting tapes because it reminds me of my childhood, and anything that reminds me of my childhood, I try to embrace 110%. So when it comes to VHS tapes, it's almost like my childhood on record. I don't know. Yeah, I just love VHS tapes, everything about it, the way they feel, the content on it, you know, the memories, all of that stuff. I own about 120. I used to own 400, but after moving and parting ways with things that I didn't feel anything special between, I let them go. So yeah, about 120-ish, I don't know. Most prized tapes, probably these three, starting with Killjoy 2. I just remember my mom like so determined with me to find this. We went to Media Play, they didn't have it. And then she was like, maybe they have it at Hollywood Video. And I was like, there's no way they have it at Hollywood Video. They had it at Hollywood Video. It just brings me back to great times as like a little 5th grader, little shit kid, watching gory, low-budget horror films and going to Hollywood Video where it was, which makes sense why it was there. Jack Frost, love Jack Frost. This cover used to scare the crap out of me when I used to go to Blockbuster and I would see it, and I knew my mom would not rent it for me, so I had to see it at my friend Jeff's house where I also saw this. From the cover to the movie itself, definitely one of my favorites. And then this one, because it was from my grandma Sandy who passed away a while ago, and she had this along with some Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle VHS tapes, and when she passed away my mom smuggled this out of her apartment, you know, because I'm pretty sure if she just left it, it would have been tossed. So I hold on to this for memory of my grandma and because it's got Rowdy Roddy Piper on it. So yeah, those three. Probably this Interstellar 555, Interstellar 5555. This is totally bootleg. I obviously love Daft Punk, love Discovery, and love this tape. So that's one. The CKY tape, love this one. My friend Amos gave me that, and it's just, he's a good friend, so I hold on to it. It's rare in my heart. I feel like the creators of this were like hit up some local tape store to just make a shit ton of these. Feels very DIY. And then the third would be this recorded blank South Park Marathon VHS tape from 2003 that I had to beg my friend's dad to record through like 2 a.m. in the morning. And it just has so many good South Park episodes. So yeah, those three for sure. My grail tape/tapes is the Cell Games Dragon Ball Z Uncut. I think it's like 9 tapes. I've found it on eBay before. It's $400, or it's like $200, and I just cannot justify it. And I just wish someone would just take the torrents from Toonami and then, you know, throw on some commercials, make a few tapes of the whole thing, you know, and then send it to me. I'm not gonna pay $400 fucking for some Dragon Ball Z tapes where there's only like a solid good 6 or 7 episodes out of the 9 fucking tapes.
So, you know what, I don't even want the fucking tape.
I mean, I do want the tapes, but I'm not gonna pay $400. Those are my grail tapes that I'll never spend the money on. Ugh, heated. I am like 3 away from completing my South Park collection. It's like Chef Aid, a Christmas one, and Insults to Injuries, like a Timmy and Jimmy War. I'm just missing those 3 tapes. Probably the only other thing is I'm always in need of Nickelodeon or Cartoon Network tapes to like complete collections or start collections. My favorite part of the tape community is how many awesome people I've met through the community and how it's helped me with my art because I do music under Michael Myerz, and I was able to meet, you know, Josh from Lunch Meat and a lot of other people that I would have never met if it wasn't for the VHS community and all these different connections have brought to me, not just as like a tape collector or as a musician / artist, but also as like a person. Like these people have become best friends and people that I can rely on. It's just awesome, you know, and also the fact that it's all been through the internet and social media, which usually I hate, but the fact that there is this like really awesome community of people who all share this general interest that are like, you're part of the tribe. I don't know, it's awesome. It's just a real sense of community when you can find it, because there's definitely parts of it that, like with any collecting or sport or whatever, there's always gonna be assholes, so, you know, ups and downs. I found some pretty cool skate tapes from local skate stores that are either no longer around or have been around for like 20 something years, and to see like the first tape they ever put out as a skate shop, it's pretty rad. I found some cool anime stuff. There was this time where Goodwills and other thrift stores were so awesome to go to in Atlanta, and I feel like now it's all just dried up or they've thrown out the tapes because there's like 3 people who hunt for them. I'd say rare tapes would be like anime, skate videos, and I have found a couple like awesome horror films that I'm like, whoa, who the fuck gave up this, you know, like chopping mall tape? Like, I don't know, things like that. I mainly collect things from my childhood, so that entails like weird campy horror films, lots of Nickelodeon, lots of Cartoon Network, South Park, random movies, like whether it's Jurassic Park or like a Mortal Kombat, just anything from the 90s to mid-2000s that falls either under horror, action, or sometimes family, I'm all about. The more 90s and the more early 2000s, the better. You know, I have actually never done a trade. I've always done either buying from people like in the local community, or someone just being like, hey, you can have this. Like, you know, visiting a friend and then being like, yeah, I don't need this Nickelodeon tape or whatever. So yeah, I've actually never done a real trade like, hey, I have this, you give me that, and well, I would love to. I've asked, but people have been like, no, like that tape isn't rare enough or whatever. So I don't know all the politics of the VHS community and how tapes work as far as rarity and what's trade worthy. I'm just here to collect some tapes. I'm about the VHS life, dude. I just want to be, you know, VHS or die, you know? The newest tape I've acquired is Terrence and Phillip, Not Without My Anus. That's a tape that I've acquired recently. And I also acquired this Run Lola Run, which I heard is sehr toll, but I don't know if it is or not. And then the only other tape that I got recently was Shrek. Everyone loves Shrek. Come on, Shrek! Dude, it's good, and it's short too. A lot of people, you know, I hate sitting through like just like enough already. This, you hear that? That's a good quality tape. Yes, I do remember, and I still own it, and that is right here. Goosebumps, Bride of the Living Dummy. This tape, this is where it all started. I'll tell you the story. So my mom, I want to thank my mom for the VHS. She got me Who Framed Roger Rabbit. Now I love this film, don't get me wrong, great film. Bob Hoskins, I heard, had a schizophrenic episode after filming this, so, you know, good film. But I was much more into this at the time, and I was able to trade that out, Roger Rabbit, for $10 in cash. Walked over to Media Play from Toys R Us, back when Toys R Us used to sell VHS tapes, and I got this. And this tape, it don't get much better than this. This tape has everything. It has twists and scares. The family is so obviously Jewish, and I'm Jewish, and I don't know. Goosebumps, I really feel was made for Jewish Canadian kids. Put me on the book, put me on the record, I'm just saying. I'm Jewish. I can look at my mezuzah, okay? I'm about it. I'm about VHS and I'm about Judaism. What's up? This tape, fucking great. It's fucking great. It's fucking great. Love this tape. Just collect tapes, have at it, kids. Get all the fucking tapes and sell them. And if someone finds Cell Games uncut, sell it to me for less than $400. Sell it to me for like $100. I'll buy 9 tapes for $100. No more than that. Or just bootleg the shit. I don't give a fuck. I need those fucking tapes.